Zinat, are you there? We are live.
Okay.
Yeah, we are live.
Okay. I'll start.
Yes, start.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our plenary session. We have had two plenary sessions on academia topics, and this is our third one today. The topic of today's conversation is building a robust academic curriculum for a new civilization. We have here many respected academics from our various YSBCs all over the world, from Spain, from Portugal, from India, from Taiwan, Bangladesh, all over the world. We're also joined by our different YSBCs who are doing YSBCs in Africa who are doing different sessions on their campuses. Our YSBCs in Kampala International University, Catholic University of Zimbabwe, Tangaza University College, University of Abomey Kalavi, Makerere Business School, and Camp School in Central African Republic. So we're joined by a lot of our colleagues, a lot of interested participants, and of course, all of you respected academics. So without further delay, we would like to start today's session. I request all our speakers to please maintain time. A bell will ring to indicate when you have to finish. So let's start the session, and I give the floor to our moderator today, Dr. Ana Fernandez Lavita, Director of the Yunus Social Business Center at the University of Cantabria, Spain. Dr. Ana.
Hello, everybody. It's a great pleasure for me to be today at this plenary session to share with all of you some of the best practice in different universities, different countries all around the world. So it's a great pleasure to me just to introduce you all these colleagues. I will do it very briefly because we want to share many things with you. So we all have around 5 minutes, 6 minutes to speak with you what they are doing in teaching, researching, transfer, different programs that they are leading in all of the countries. So I don't want to waste more time. Let me introduce you first to Professor Filipe Santos. Filipe he's coming from Portugal, from Catalonia, Lisbon School of Business and Economics. He's professor of social innovation. He's professor of entrepreneurship. He was the director of the EC Social Entrepreneurship Initiative from 2007 to 2014. And in 2015, he came back to Portugal and was the leader of what is called the Portugal Social Innovation, a program that we want us to tell us more. So welcome, Professor Filipe. Please share with us all the great programs that you are leading, a little bit your background, and what you are doing in all these different files. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Anna, and it's a pleasure to be with all of you in this Yunus Social Business Day to really think about a new civilization, a new economy that we want to develop. And in the case of this panel, what is the academic curriculum? What is the education, the training that we need to develop? Let me start by making maybe two, or maybe in terms of the introduction. I'm an academic. I do research, but I'm also an entrepreneur. I build initiatives like a social business school, like a new national policy for social innovation, like a laboratory for social investment. So I believe in the bridging of theory and practice and the bridging between research and curriculum development. And in all that I've done in terms of programs that I've developed in Portugal, where I am now Dean of Católica Lisbon School of Business and Economics and Chair for Social Innovation, all that I've done has to do with this integration between theory and practice, between research and curriculum development. Let me give you a couple of examples of that. So initially, when I started engaging in social entrepreneurship, I was before a professor of entrepreneurship, looking at how Silicon Valley entrepreneurs were building new technology companies and opening up new markets. And then I started to try to understand what is different about social entrepreneurs, the fact that they address neglected societal problems, that they aim for value creation and not value capture. And those insights from research led me to the creation of a program called the Impact Bootcamp, which in 10 steps helps any person to become a social entrepreneur by designing a new impact-oriented problem, understanding the societal issue they are addressing, the business model they will implement, how they'll measure their impact, and how they communicate their initiative. And so initially, we've done this program called the Bootcamp. That was about 10 years ago, before people spoke about bootcamps. We've done this program in a 48 hours format, very intensive. And since then, I've transformed this program into a course that I teach at Católica for undergraduate students and for master students, where they actually practice developing a project, because in each step of the way, and when I teach a discipline in university, it takes a semester. In each of these 10 steps, they'll go out to the field, out to society, test their ideas, and they return a bit in the lean entrepreneurship mode. So this is an example. But I also believe that we should, if we want to really build a curriculum that builds a new civilization, we need also to challenge some of the assumptions that exist in our economic and management theories. For example, a lot of economic theory was based on the idea of self-interest, that people care mostly about themselves and they'll do everything to get more for them. And I think we also we have always this duality in us, humankind, and we need also theories on how people want to care for others and how best we can create organizations where people are enabled and empowered to care for others. Another example is agency theory in management and economics, where we believe that people should control each other, and we should have also theories on how people actually partner and build strong partnerships with each other so that they create value. One example is I do a lot of research on scaling impact, on how entrepreneurs that have a viable solution can scale their impact. And I've transformed that research on a workshop, an intense 6-day workshop, where we go step by step through the challenges that someone is facing when scaling their venture and trying to disseminate their impact. And the key insight there is that a social innovator, compared to a commercial entrepreneur, has more strategic options to grow. They can grow in a traditional way of building the organization. They can also grow by creating an open source model, by creating their innovation, embedding into public policy, by doing partnerships that replicate the idea. And so I always say a social entrepreneur has much more strategic alternatives when they scale compared to the others, which makes it more interesting, more challenging, but more interesting. So overall, and if we want to talk about the future, what I believe should be done next, I think the area of systemic change is a fundamental area to reinforce our curriculum, because we want to give people the tools to become change makers in their society, in their country. And so doing more research on process of change and process of empowerment, I think is very important to be able to build curriculum and programs that will allow people to have this ability to change the context around them. So my 5-minute bell has rang. So maybe my last point would be just to say that if we are truly embraced in this challenge of building a curriculum for a new civilization, we need to innovate on our programs, and we need to have a bespoke programs tailored for social entrepreneurs, for social innovators. And that's what I described. We also need to embed sustainability and impact knowledge and passions in the curriculum for the students of any discipline, so that they have this mindset of value creation as they understand the world around them. And that's, I think, the challenge that permeates the work that all of us are doing. So with this, I think I'll stop my initial remarks and allow also my colleagues to participate. Thank you very much. I'm happy to continue the discussion.
Thank you, Professor Philippe, and thank you for being so strict with the time. It's a good idea to have that kind of alarm clock that aware us of it's the time. There are many things that I would like to ask you, but let's just keep the idea that we need that systemic change and how we can do that in our regions. So, well, before going to the next professor, Professor Yunus is here with us. we would like to introduce him. So let him to tell us a few words. And welcome, Professor Yunus. It's a great honor to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I just wanted to welcome you. That's all. It's wonderful to see you, all of you, and on a very important subject that you'll be talking, the curriculum, how it will be designed, how we will learn from each other, how we share it, how we have a combined curriculum with several institutions, and how we go review them. These are important subjects for improving our academic offerings that we do, and also it impacts on our research agenda. So together we have a very good occasion right now, having all your creative minds to put together how to make the curriculum come out each edition as an improved version of what we do right now. Thank you very much. Please go ahead. I'm very happy to be with you.
Thank you, Professor Yunus. You are one of our, I guess, for all of us, no? You are like the light we are following. So we try to follow your mission, your lessons, and we try to do the best. In my case, and at the same with Professor Julio, we are quite young in this. Our centers are very young, but we want to learn a lot and try to keep working on this path, no, and do something and do that change in the world that we need.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us again. So then we can keep going and now have Professor Manish Rajoria from India. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for being with us, even if you are in the middle of your trip. We really appreciate the effort that you are doing. Professor Manish, he's committed to social business through different kind of initiatives. He has been working with more than 500 students that have completed a course on social business. And his organization has already started C0's Club in Career College. So please, Professor Manish, tell us a little bit more of your curriculum and how are you working or contributing to build a new civilization. So, Professor Manish.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Professor Mohammad Yunus Saab, my fellow panelists, and all the participants in this webinar. So very delighted to be here and always very keen to speak and share our experience with the Social Business Curriculum Development Initiative. So we developed the curriculum on social business in 7 modules last year. So we have developed it in 2 languages, English and Hindi. And we are happy to share the curriculum with multiple organizations. And after completing 500 students, the certificate program is now gaining momentum. And as we go forward, we plan to take inputs from various other organizations to continuously improve and evolve and make it a better curriculum. In the last 2 days, which is the 28th and 29th, we gathered together in Delhi in BIMTech College of Management to discuss how each one of us can contribute and spread awareness about the initiative of social business, how we can convince people that business should be very, very responsible and whatever we do should have a great social impact. Fortunately, the Indian government is also talking about responsible business. And yesterday we decided that we will have a India forum also to continuously keep meeting and talking about social business and spreading the word. In our organization, we started the 3-0 Club, which has taken off. And the students are very excited, thrilled, talking about zero carbon emission, zero unemployment and zero poverty. So taking that forward, our organization has learned from our friends from Dhaka how they are leveraging the nursing college and helping students who are unable to afford learning. So we have adopted the same process where we have this initiative of study now, pay later. So these girls and boys coming from different backgrounds who are unable to get scholarships. Most of the nurses do get scholarships, but there are some people who do not get scholarship because of the reservation policy in our country. So we are sponsoring all those students, and they are allowed to pay the fees at a much later date whenever they earn. And this is without any interest. And with that same dollar being rotated multiple times, we hope to impact a lot of boys and girls pursuing nursing. Another initiative that we have taken is that we are doing a community outreach program for screening risk assessment for cancer. And we are developing a curriculum how we could teach and help the nurses to detect cancer at the early stages, because nurses are the ones who are closest to the patients who are ill and they have some complaints. And if we are able to teach them how to identify cancer in early stages or how to do the risk assessment, and we could do a lot of investigations, we are sure we could save a lot of lives. So these are our initiatives. And on the environment side, we are distributing 1 million seed balls. And it is rainy season here. Rains have just started. So we hope to distribute these seed balls this year and have a much greener surrounding. So that's all from our side. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Manis. As I know you have to keep going to your trip, before you leave, we would like to make a photo with all the group, and also take it in advance that Professor Yunus is also with us. And before you leave also, I would like to say, because I know you cannot be for the rest of the session, that I think we all agree that healthcare is a great area for social business and for social entrepreneurs, because there are many things to do on this, and we need social innovation much more in compared to other areas. No, in healthcare there is a huge opportunities. There are many opportunities for social entrepreneurs. So please, before you leave, if Sinat can do a photo of all the group.
Yes.
I don't want to be at the main screen, so I would prefer if everybody is in the screen.
Okay, we have everyone. I've turned their cameras on.
Good to see you, Anna, after a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish you were here. Well, you know that we have a summer course like the one we have in 2019 when we create the center. And I hope to see you again the 28th of July.
I hope so. Thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Yes. So do you want to take the photo now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? Everyone smile into the camera. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you very much. We can continue.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
So
everyone.
thank you very much, Professor Manis. Good luck with your program. Good luck with your healthcare program. Please keep going and keep working on that area. And now have a safe trip whenever you go with the car.
Yeah, I will continue being in the webinar. My camera may be off, but I am very keen to listen to each and every speaker and keep seeing Professor Yunus Saab also.
Hello. Yes, indeed. Looking forward to it.
Okay, then, so we can keep going. And now let me introduce you to Professor Mark. He's from Taiwan. He has a long career in research, but I would like to put the focus on that he has more than 50 funded projects supported by different kind of ministries and from the government. He's the only professor in Taiwan who obtained the Social Value Advanced Practitioner Certificate. So welcome, Professor Mark. Please tell us a little bit more of all of these great goals that you have.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, hello, Professor Yunus, and
Hi,
my
hello.
fellow. Yeah, hello, and my fellow panelists. Actually, I'm in Chicago now. Yeah, so it's about 4:30 p.m. Yeah, 4:30 a.m. actually.
Thank you for
So
keep you waking.
yeah, it's okay. Yeah. But anyway, it's very exciting to meet all of the professors and experts in this area. So I think designing curriculum very important. I think so far I designed curriculum for three kind of people. Three kind of people. The first one is people who want to start up a social business. Okay, so for that one, actually, the curriculum actually come with some kind of competition. So we have a competition, national competition called Yunus Prize. So this year is going to be the 7th edition. In the competition, the participant actually not just to submit their social business proposal, they have to attend a workshop to understand what is a social business. And we also give them some example about social business. And after that, we did help them, give them some guidance about how to write business proposal, how to design social business. So this is the key element of the curriculum for people who want to, for general public who want to become a social entrepreneur or to start up a social business. Of course, we also cooperate with the local government. So that's the reason why we deeply cooperate with the Taoyuan City. They also have a competition. We also embed such kind of curriculum, into that citywide competition. So each year for Yunus Prize and for Taoyuan's social business competition, actually we attract more than, I think for Yunus Prize we attract more than 150 teams in Taiwan. And for Taoyuan social business competition, we also attract another 150 teams around Taoyuan City or even in Taiwan. So each year we attract about 300 teams in Taiwan. So we provide curriculum because so many people still don't quite understand what is a social business, what is the difference between social enterprise and social business. So we provide the basic fundamental, and the key is also to how to design, to develop some kind of sustainable social business. So this is a key because they are practitioners. They have to design to start a social business. So this is the first group I designed curriculum. And the second group is for students, my university students, who are interested about social business. They are still not, don't quite understand what is a social business. So I designed a credit program. In that credit program, we have about 20 courses across all schools or departments, not only from business administration department, actually across all schools. So students just need to take about 5 courses, then they have a credit. So my university will certify they have the basic understanding about what is a social business. Okay, and so this is for students who want to just has a basic idea about what is social business. And for the third kind of group actually is for my university students who are very passionate, very enthusiastic about social business. So for that kind of students, we design a one-year program for them. So we also, of course, for the one-year program, what they need to learn. They need to learn how to design a social business Okay, so design social business actually for some NGO, NPO, or anything they want to become a social business, but don't know how to do that. So we team up with NGO, NPO, and maybe some very beginning startup team. So students help them to write the social business proposal and to prepare and this um, to help them to write social business proposal and to help them to design social business. So this is the key. So in addition to that, we also provide some training about how to measure the impact of social business. Because actually my background is more like from uh, industrial engineering. So I think quality control is very important. So to make quality control for social business or any kind of social intervention, it's about impact measurement. So I also teach them how to measure the impact. So once they know the impact, they can maximize their impact because quality control is very important. So that's the reason why I also become the advanced practitioner about social value. So we also provide this kind of training for them. So this is so for the third group, for students who are enthusiastic about social business, actually all the all the training I provided actually project based. They have to go outside. They don't just sit in the classroom. So they have to work a real world project. Actually, I will give them 3 real world projects about social business. For example, I just illustrate. They have to design social business proposal. They have to know how to measure social business. They also have to know how to find funding because funding is very important, right? Because to start something, you need resource. Resource is the key. I also teach them how to find funding for social business, social enterprise. So this is how I design my curriculum for my student and the general public who want to start up social business. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Mark. I think it's great to have these different approaches because it's true that depending on the profile of the people, especially the profile of our students, we have to do different things. It's not the same to tell these things to people who is passionate compared with those who are completely out of this, out of our the way we see the world. No, for me, the most difficult ones are those who are completely out, and for those who think that to do business is something bad or that is something that doesn't has nothing to be with them. So, well, let's speak more about this, but now let me introduce you, Professor Batle, Julio Batle. He's also from Spain. He's one of my colleagues. He's in Mallorca, in one of the islands that we have, and we all invite you to come this summer to visit us. Professor Batle is also, as Philippe said at the beginning, he's also an entrepreneur. He's always thinking different kinds of projects. He's always trying to start new things. He's very, very active. He teaches entrepreneurship and strategic management. He's the director of the Yunus Social Business Center that was started during the pandemic. He's the director of a laboratory of entrepreneurship and social innovation. So, Professor Julio, please, you have 5 minutes because I know you.
Thank you very much, Anna. Good morning, everyone. Pleasure, honor to be here, privilege, because it's a privilege to be able to work in these kind of topics, and it's a privilege to be here and listen and share insights on this challenge of creating a zero world. And well, if the moderator turns out to be my president of the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor Spain, and also the pioneer of Yunus Social Business Centers in Spain, and the person that encouraged us and inspired us to create one in other regions, well, the pleasure is double. And, I mean, thanks for the role modeling, Anna. Well, this challenge of creating, or trying to create, contribute to more robust academic civilization from the academia, well, it's a formidable one, and it's a multi-layer one. I mean, we can do lots of things, research, of course, first of all, teaching, transfer. Last year I certificate in spanning boundaries in UBC, University Business Collaboration. That's something that, wow, is changing a lot of things in my mind and opens new avenues of options to have an impact, which is quite difficult. And we try to do this in my team from a huge frustration with universities. I mean, because, well, the other day in this conference on UBC, some speaker was inviting us to Google the university is. Well, the Google give options automatically. I mean, is out of date, is medieval, is boring, is dying, things like that. And well, that's not true. We love academia, of course, but well, we are not having the impact we expected. In Europe, with Next Gen, it's in many regions, it's very sad to see that most of the strategic regional projects are not led by universities, where, well, we have the knowledge. Well, so in this context, social entrepreneurship, what can we do? What do we are trying to do? We are young on this, but anyway, I will try to explain. First of all, of course, we aim to be the academia in Balearics of social business, because no one is doing this on a continuous basis, okay? National institutions are trying to do so, but most of practitioners don't know that. So, I don't know, I mean, we are trying to do so, but we have not started because first, we try to connect with the people, know the people by means of basically of a newsletter. We have two at the moment. Anna knows the first one. It's in Catalan. And I would like to do this in a year time or so at national level, because it's wonderful, because we are getting plenty of responses from practitioners, social business people, social innovators, whatever. And it's a way to connect and know them and know their problems and know their concerns and know their limitations and their culture. And we are planning some events, micro events, a big one. Well, we'll do things. We also are participating in an eco-social transition network, incredible one of practitioners, and I mean, most of them are activists more than social businesses, but this eco-social transition network, actually there probably I'm the mainstream guy, the most normal guy. I mean, it's something that is quite interesting. And well, it's another way to connect with them and eventually be able to do things in teaching, in training and development. Apart from that, obviously, we are doing research. This connection with practitioners is very helpful. And right now, we have started different papers, one on spiritual intelligence and the implications of that in social entrepreneurs, which challenge traditional theories, as Felipe was suggesting. Another one on synergy, theory on synergy, very important concept that probably is not well deconstructed so far, and with phenomenological methodology, sense making, trying to analyze synergy perspectives in social entrepreneurs, which, well, they lack a lot of things. We have a project from the national government on nomads and regional impact. Well, it's some questions within a bigger project. For nomads, for digital nomads, when do they come, for instance, to Mallorca or any other place? Do they contribute? Most of them, they don't create a social capital. We have a project on that, a regional project. Tourism and social innovation, that is another project, because basically, and to finish, we are doing different projects, and I finish in half a minute. We have two big strategic regional projects. Is Next Gen. We are partners of that. One of them is on decarbonization. We'll work on that. We will attract digital nomads. We'll work with locals. Another is tourism and social impact and environmental impact. And we'll have plenty of resources, and that's something quite new for us. We'll create a bank of ideas to a sort of decentralized think tank in order to identify projects, ideas, and look for partners, which is different. We are working on these kind of things. Bridging also, we'll try to bridge mainstream and traditional. We are saying that the most revolutionary thing to do is now work with traditional, even conservative business. And we are working on this. And finally, trying to create a real and actual community of practice. Most of social entrepreneurs we are talking, connecting, are very alone and with no perspectives, and expecting to make a living from public funding. And that's very sad because they are wrong. They have no future on that. And that's my thing. Sorry for the time management. Anna knows I'm not very good at this. And thanks for the inspiration, because all of you have mentioned things that, I took notes that can change our perspective here in Balearics. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Professor Julio. I'm sure that you have been listening carefully and that these ideas will make you to think more projects. As Julio said, I'm the president of the Spanish Observatory of Entrepreneurship in Spain. We are a network of almost 200 researchers all around Spain. We do the GEM project in Spain. And here, even if we are a little country compared with India, which is where is our next professor, we are quite active. And the good thing is that in all our regions, there is at least one person like Julio or Rosa in Canary Islands, or Jose Manuel in Cádiz, or Alicia in Murcia. They all have a special feeling with social businesses, and they all have a Yunus Social Business Center. So I wish in a few years we can share with you many other good projects as the ones you are sharing with us. So please let me now introduce you to Professor Ridul. He's coming from India, as I said, a huge country where there are many things to do. He's also the director of the Juno Social Business Center, founded last year, so it's always a very young center. But he's been awarded certificate of appreciation for productive and dedicated services for national cause from the government. He has a long experience and expertise to conduct training sessions. So please, Professor Ridul, share with us your experience. Tell us what you are doing at the moment, what you are planning to do in the future, and let us learn thanks to your experience.
Thank you, Dr. Anna. First, I was thankful to Professor Muhammad Yunus sir. You have inaugurated our Center of Excellence on 6th January 2022. It is a newly social business center. And sir, I just want to share within 2 minutes, I want to share what is the progress happened in last 4 months. Sir, I have prepared just 1 minute video. If you permit me, I can show you in 1 minute, sir. Ma'am, could you allow me to share my screen?
I request the tech team to please allow him share screening capacity.
I don't know if there is a voice or music or something, but we cannot hear anything.
Okay.
In case there is something that...
Yeah, music is there, ma'am. Actually,
when you share the video, you have to click on use the audio from the computer.
okay, just one minute.
So maybe you have to start again, and when you share the video, click on the share the audio from the computer.
Ma'am, this video is basically, actually we got the opportunity when we have established our Center of Excellence. We have trained 200 women artisans who have already have some skills, but actually we have provided a sustainable market to these women. We have given some training related with the marketing, digital platforms, how can they design the product, how, and we are providing some you can say micro credit. We have provided some credit to these women, and through this they are able to generate the revenues. Also, they are able to create the opportunities so that they can run their families also. There are more than 200 women are there under the banner of the Sharda University Social Business Center. We have conducted this program in which there are 200 women across the India. They came Sharda University, and all the funding done by the big group, that is Dalmia Bharat Foundation and the SCL Foundation. Well, we have connected the industry for the social cause. And at the end of the training program, we have felicitate these women by certificate of participation, so that whenever they go, then it is a training certificate which always keeps them forever. Because ultimately, ma'am, the objective of basically this our Union Social Business Center is how can we provide the employment opportunities to the underprivileged women. And we have, our university has provided skills training programs to these women, and by arranging a funding from the big industries. And because during the innovation program, Professor Muhammad Yunus already explained, we have to take out the poverty from people, from the people's life, and put it on the museum. That's why we are working on this, ma'am. And now I would like to just share what are the initiatives which our university has taken for the robust academic curriculum for new civilization. I'm just sharing my presentation, ma'am. Ma'am, is it visible, ma'am?
Yes. It is visible. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, we all know that there are many challenges in front of all the community and all the regions. What we have, actually, I have derived these challenges from the 3-0. Like, for example, all the developing, underdeveloped nations, they are facing this unemployment issues, which leads to poverty and inequality in society, degradation of value system, environmental concern, and gender inequality. These are the 4 basic challenges which we all are facing. Now, the question is, how can we, our university is basically facing these challenges and overcome these challenges? What are the steps our university has taken to face these challenges? The most important thing, if you see, you know that our focus is on how can we nurture the entrepreneurship among the people, among the students. For this, we have started this enterprise education. I just want to take one quote, small quote about give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Give him a fishing rod. It means if we provide some skills, training programs, then he will be eat well for lifetime. It means we have started this some enterprise education courses like professional skills, soft skills, entrepreneurial ability, innovation, and critical thinking to our students. Second, entrepreneurial ecosystem, launchpad, incubation cell, provision of seed money. We have provided the seed money to our students so that when they can start the business, so that they can learn while they are studying in our campuses. And we have connected our students through internship, through dissertation, through field projects, so that when they just pass out, there should be no unemployment will be there. and they get directly, if they have a good connection with the industry, they get a job in the market. Next is value system, because you all know that everywhere there's a degradation of the value system. What our universities have started, social oriented courses that provide value addition to their students, livelihoods, such as courses and environmental education, human rights education, values and ethics education, societal development, peace and conflict resolution. These are the courses we have incorporated in our curriculum. Now, for environmental concern, we have a courses on environmental education, sustainable development, environmental friendly technology, waste management for sustainable development. We have conducted the extension activity through our NSS, National Social Service, NCC, National Cadet Corps, and with different non-government NGOs. We have started some of the courses and activities on community connect, community engagement, environment awareness, camps, industrial visit, tree plantation, cleanliness drives, by which we are able to protect our environment, to protect our planet. Academic curriculum for gender inclusive curriculum, just like last slide. For gender sensitization, what we are doing, we have conducted some workshops, lectures, talks on. We are providing the scholarship facilities to girls' child, and you know that is a in India, in our university, that 42% are female students. We are trying that it should be more than 50. For this, our university is continuously working on this, and I hopefully within next 2 to 3 years we are able to we are able to take the enrollment of more than 50% of from the female side. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Professor Tirul. It's the same in Spain. In Spain, there are many programs at the moment focus on women and girls in particular in those STEM careers.
Yes.
Just 2 weeks ago, here in Spain, we presented the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor report, and I'm proud to say that in Spain, the activity of women entrepreneurship is higher to men activity in entrepreneurship. So it's something that it takes long, so it was for many years. We noticed that the COVID did a big pain in our entrepreneurship activity, and it was the year that the gap was open again. But here we also have in Spain some programs like one led by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is focused on women in the rural areas. And I just would like to say something that I think is important. When we look for the motivations, in the Gen we ask for 4 different kinds of motivation. If it's just because there is not another kind of job, so if it's a necessity issue, or if it's because they want to earn more money, or if they want to make a change in the world, or if it's because they have a family business. And it's important to say that in the case of the women, the second reason to start up a company is because they want to make a change in the world. So it's like in some way women are more social interested, or we are more worried with the social issues. So it's great to have this kind of programs and be focused on women. I think Professor Yunus was one of the leaders of this, and he was always putting the focus on women. And I think it's one of the best things that we can do. So then let me introduce you to the last speaker, which is also the only woman besides me in the panel. Welcome, Professor Maksuda, from Bangladesh. She says in her curriculum that he was not a core business student, but she's also passionate about social development. She's publishing exploratory research about how it can do more sustainable all the businesses, and she's going to tell us a bit more of herself. So welcome, Professor Masuda. Please tell us a little bit more of your curriculum and how we can build this new how can we build this new civilization.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Professor Dr. Yunus. I just start with my research experience that I have made last year. I had two research on social business. First one is understanding level of our students on social business, especially on Bangladeshi context. And another research was choosing social business as a career. But unfortunately, though it is considered that, or it is true that social business has its grassroots in Bangladesh, but the fact is that social business has not developed or flourished too much that was expected. The reason behind this, I think that there are many students, there are many people in our country who have no idea or very little idea about social business. Yes, it is true that many university students know what is social business or how it functions or what is its importance over the traditional business, but actually the school students, college students have no idea on this. And for this reason, when I started to work on social business, it creates an obstacle for me that there is a large number of people who is out of social business. They have no idea, and for this reason, they are not taking their career in social business. However, though it is not for all university in my country, there are also some universities who are doing well on social business, but a large number of universities are still doing nothing on social business. I think that first of all, to overcome this problem, each and every school and college must include in their curriculum the social business criteria. The teachers and the researcher must have come forward in the research of social business. And for the university level students, they must be aware on this. Though in our university, people we are offering 7 days program or 3 or 4 months short course on social business, but I think it is not enough for developing the awareness or developing their career in social business. So many more activities need to do to flourish social business in our country, and many more activities we have to take, especially on the branch of research to do more with social business. That's it.
Thank you very much, Professor Masuda. Maybe now we have time because we start 10 minutes before the session, so we have still a little bit of time to share more things. Focus on research that Masuda was telling us what she was doing. I would like you to share with us maybe Professor Philippe, who is also working on strategic how to scale the businesses. What are the main difficulties you are having when you are researching on social businesses?
Thank you, Anna. So I think one key difficulty is that we don't have a statute or classification for social businesses. So research is about identifying a population of organizations or entrepreneurs that will study, but sometimes it's hard to classify and compare them and to have standardized data to be able to draw conclusions and evidence from the data. So that has been one of the main difficulties in research on social business. In some countries, there is a statute for social enterprises, but we also know that not all social enterprises are also social businesses. And so that has been one complication. But maybe I would like to share a trend that I see, which is in essence, social business is about the integration, the combination of an impact-oriented goal with a business approach. And I think we are seeing, in a way, more and more of the world heading into that convergence point. And for example, many companies, traditional for-profit companies, are now trying to do to find their purpose and identify a purpose that links to their role in society, and try to improve a lot on their environmental, social, and governance criteria, align with sustainable development goals, and clarify what their purpose is, which is starting to be aligned with the mission of a social business. And on the other side of the spectrum, on entrepreneurs, I see more and more entrepreneurs embedding impact as a key goal that they have when they build their venture, and I call them the impact ventures. So in a way, and this is a positive development, of course, many people are doing a bit of impact washing or purpose washing, but many others are actually meaningfully interested in aligning impact with their business activities and using their resources, their talent to serve society by solving specific issues that they see in their countries, in their populations. And I think that's a good development, and that may be a strong basis to build a new civilization when the majority of the talent and resources of companies are being used in alignment with impact, with value creation for people, and for a more prosperous, inclusive world. Then I think we are heading in the right direction. And typically, the financial sector was a laggard, was always falling behind in these areas. But now I also see that there is a momentum in the financial sector to support and finance the companies and the entrepreneurs and the social businesses that are developing these innovations, that are trying to scale them. And so in a way, I'm, despite all of sometimes the difficulties around us, I am positive that the essential ideas underlying the concept of social business, of aligning impact with business activities for broader scale, in a way, it's reaching mainstream, and it's the role of all of us in our ecosystem, with the inspiration of Professor Yunus, to take this agenda forward.
Thank you, Professor Philip. I completely agree with you. We see in Spain that during the last year, there is a big change. There are little by little many more companies that are trying to do the things in a different way. Just last week, we approved in the parliament at the government level a new sort of, it's a proposal still, but it's a new form, legal form of companies, similar to the benefit companies in Italy or USA. They are kind of companies with proposal that they are trying to do the business in a different way. I think Professor Yunus was a pioneer of this. He was one of the first to say we have to do something different. There is no way to going back, so we need to move to a different world, and there is no option. So we need to change. And I believe that in the future we can see the changes. We have many things to do, in particular from the academia. The academia has many power on this. Well, let me, because we only have 5 minutes more, I don't know if any one of you wants to add something, or if we want to open the floor for questions. We only have 5 minutes, but I wouldn't like you keep something, or you when we finish the session, say, I would like to have said something else. So please, you have 2-3 minutes to add something if you want. Yes, Professor Tirul?
Yes, ma'am, if you permit me. Ma'am, my submission is that 2 days before, in the BIMTech, already social business day is celebrating. My concern is that if the vision of Sharda Institute is to serve the society, and what we are doing, we have developed one model that is HEO, Health, Education, and Occupation. What we are doing for these underprivileged sections of the society, because we are multidisciplinary university, we have a medical colleges also, we have a dental colleges also, we have a engineering, we have a school of humanities also, and we have a school of management, all these things. So what we are doing, because we have more than 1,000 faculty members are there, and nearby villages are there in rural areas. So what we are doing, we are implementing a HEO model, health, education, occupation. We are providing not only training, capacity building activities for the underprivileged sections of the society, but also health services about the awareness about what is the importance of health and hygiene in their personal life. How does it enhance the productivity of the women, especially young people, so that when they are healthy, then they can give much more productive things to the society. So that's why we are taking a full advantage of our this multidisciplinary approach, university advantage, for the to assist, to help the underprivileged society. Just for example, we have made a team of in our team. We have one doctor is there, one engineer is there, two faculty members from the School of Management, and collectively we are providing. We are going to the villages, giving the training. One professor from medical side, they are giving about the health and hygiene training. Myself, as a management professor, I am giving about the what is the importance of this technology. How can you? What is the importance of the market, digital marketing, all these things about the financial literacy. And one or two professors, they are very good from the design department, School of Design. They are giving a training about how can you redesign your products. So for example, earlier, if you if you manufacture the product which have a highly elastic demand in the market, then and one or two professors from the School of Marketing, they are providing how can you search the market for your product, because ultimately if they prepare the product, if they are not able to sell this product in the market, then there is no meaning of this training and capacity building. So through this way, our multidisciplinary approach, we are trying to help out the underprivileged people and underprivileged people of different sections of the society. So this is the way by which our approach is multidisciplinary.
Thank you, Professor. Well, as we have just 2 minutes, I would like to finish this panel, with this great panel, with just one sentence from each one of you. It can be an idea, it can be a summary sentence, it can be a wish, it can be like a newspaper notice. So feel free to start the first one who has the idea clear. And with that ideas, we finish that session. And maybe we can leave the last minute for Professor Yunus, who is still with us. We've been very lucky that he was able to be with us all the session. So, any sentence? Idea? No one of you?
Francisco has raised his hand. Dr. Francisco.
Yeah, no, I mean, my idea that I would like to share is maybe that probably people from the academia are not fully aware of the fact that most of society expect much more from us, much more exploration, much more taking advantage of the fact that we are neutral institutions and we can agglutinate and create communities of practice in some realms, for instance, social entrepreneurship, social innovation, and many other, decarbonization, and many other, circularity, circular economy. And well, I think that we are being a bit passive in general terms. And well, that's why I was talking about some projects that imply or that basically are explorative, terra incognita. And we should try to move in that direction. And I appreciate very much what this network is doing, because
well, we can use this network. We have the advantage to be part of this huge network all around the world. There are almost 100 Yunus social business centers. So the academia and this network can do a lot of things, and we can be very powerful. So, Professor Philippe, one sentence.
Yes, actually, I concur with Dr. Francisco in the sense that our universities and business schools, they are very credible, they are independent, they are well-resourced with talent institutions, And so we have a role, we have almost a mandate to really be a mobilizing force in society for good, in the sense of joining, convening companies, convening the social sector, addressing them around different issues. Here we are working on water management, because there will be water scarcity in Portugal and Spain in the future. We are working on mental health issues and really trying to mobilize society around some of these issues, engaging with the students. So we have the credibility, we have the talent, and we should have that mandate of being purpose-driven in changing society. So that's I think our role. That's our duty in a way.
Great.
Have a
Professor
look at
Mark?
this book. Sorry, it's just this book is very good. The Future of Universities Thought book is from the people from UBC, from UI and university, and well, I can share information if you want. There are roles that we are not exploring. Thank you.
Professor, you can put it in the chat so everybody can see the link.
I will write it down.
Professor
Okay.
Mark, one
Yeah,
sentence.
just one sentence. I think motivation very important. So as a professor, I think how to design a sustainable and fun curriculum for students, to keep motivated, and they are happy to become a social entrepreneur, to start up a social business. It's the key of designing a successful curriculum. So that's my one sentence.
Perfect. Professor Masuda, one sentence.
I think researchers, teachers, faculty members must come forward to make research on social business. And when they make such research, and then they can motivate their students to develop their career in social business. And then the change will happen in my country especially.
Right. I don't know if Professor Manis is still there or he's already on the way.
Yes, I'm very much here. I'm unable to start my video. So very enlightening program. And I think collaborating amongst these 100 YSBCs is the key. So now we should connect amongst ourselves in developing the curriculum, sharing ideas, and taking this mission of Professor Mohammad Yunus Saab forward, and benefiting not only the underprivileged, but all of us. We're all part of the society. So I think we are getting more from the society than what we are trying to give back. So our mission should continue to elevate people to the next level, wherever they are. So thank you very much.
Professor Ridul, one sentence.
Yes, ma'am. My submission, my one sentence is actually each university have to start the community connect programs, whether it is with the rural area, whether it is with industry, but there should be some community connect. During when students have taken admission, we have to connect the students with the community. Yeah, so that they can understand the real life problems. And when they pass out, they are able to solve these issues. Yeah.
Thank you. And then, Professor Yunus, we have the honor to have you here to say the last sentence.
Thank you, Anna. Good to be with you. I was deeply following your conversations and all your comments, and learned a lot from your comments. And my issue was a little bit further in this direction. The issue was building a robust curriculum for a new civilization. The concern for me was the new civilization itself. What will be the difference between the old civilization, the current civilization, and the new civilization? Are we talking about a 5% difference between the two civilizations? Are we talking about 10%, 50%, 80% difference? That is very key. What kind of civilization we have in mind when we say a new? New could be anything. It could be cosmetically new. Just brush it off and say, okay, this is a new one. Or fundamentally new. In a very basic way and everything. So this is the first type of thing that we have to, we want to discuss and bring it together. To me, when I talk about the new civilization, I have in mind is a kind of 180 degrees opposite, other way. So in a simple way, I try to explain, is like putting the vehicle in a reverse gear. now we are moving in this direction. We put this in a reverse direction, then we go to the new civilization. Because in the front gear, we cannot go to the new civilization. It's only 5%, 10% differences we make. So taking from there, defining what we want from the new civilization, then we create the things that what needs to be done within the university context. What is it that we introduce? First, we have to introduce what the new civilization is all about. What are the elements of this new civilization? Are we abandoning, throwing away the entire old civilization, or we are making pick and choose? This is a very important issue. That do we abandon the entire vehicle, which takes us to keeps us in the old civilization, or we still have in a new civilization? We still need the wheels, we still need the engine, we still need the body, we still need the doors, but a new path. It will go in a new direction. That's the key to that. What is this new direction? How do we go to this new direction? What is the fuel in this new vehicle that we have? We used to use fossil fuel in the other one. What kind of fuel that we put into the new one so that we go in the new direction? These are issues needs to be elaborated, discussed. Then we go into details of each one of them, component of them, so that we understand what is the new civilization about and what will be the appropriate befitting curriculum in the academic world for guiding the students, guiding the young people to create and sustain this new civilization. We have discussed many of these issues, but I just put in the framework of my mind how we would look at the whole thing, and I hope it will be useful to you. But I'm immensely benefited from your discussion here today. Thank you, Anna, for conducting this entire session in a brilliant way. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much to all of you. It couldn't be better to have the end of this session with your words, Professor Yunus. We need to work a lot, so there is a long way still to do. But if we do it together from the academia, I think we can do it much better. So it's a shame, but we have to stop this session because there is still many things on. So I just wish you a very great summer. Keep working hard as we are doing until now. Keep working, keeping in the following this week. There is still many passionate sessions, and I hope to see you soon. So thank you very much to all of you, professors. Thanks for your time, for your effort, and for the things that you are doing in your regions, faculties, universities, and around. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be with you. Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Dr.
you,
Anna.
Professor Yunus.
Thank
Thank you very much to all our speakers and who have discussed today and shared your perspectives. Of course, we will use your feedback, and let's work together to use your feedback and expertise to build that academic curriculum. There's a huge demand for robust academic curriculum, social business, and considering the new civilization, not on models of what we used to learn or what our parents used to learn, but on more pressing problems, especially like climate change and having young people involved. I know there was a mentioning of, not many young people being involved. Dr. Maksud, I think, mentioned, but there's something we have called the 3-0 clubs now, where young people can get involved. So it's from age 12 to 35. So you don't have to be, a university student. You can be a school student and learn about social business. And the 3-0 clubs focused on the very important issue of poverty, unemployment, and climate change. So these are definitely things that an academic curriculum on social business should include. And so let's start working together and keep the aim of our social business academia conference in November, that we present a curriculum by then. So I will be I'm sure you are all delighted to work on this. I'll be knocking you on through email and maybe WhatsApp. Let's work together to build an academic curriculum and launch something for next year. So I hope you will, I'm confident you will contribute to that. And with that wish, we can conclude today's session. But before that, this is our last academic session for the day. I would just like to thank all my colleagues working behind the scene. My colleague Monica, who is a little toddler, has been working around the clock. My colleague Rakib, who unfortunately got COVID, he was helping us with Social Business Day. Our interns, Farzana, they've all been working very hard. Our colleague, Mr. Aziz and Sadia, also working behind the scenes. That the tech team, without them, this is not possible. And all our other colleagues working for Social Business Day. And of course, I have to mention our colleagues from the universities, our 4 co-host universities in Africa, Catholic University of Zimbabwe, Tangaza University, then we have a University of Bomekalavi, Gut School in Central African Republic, Makerere Business School, and Kampala International University. And last but not the least, our Executive Director, Ms. Lamia Morshad, and of course, Professor Yunus, working with us on Social Business Day. So thank you to everyone. And we're getting late for the next session. So let's zoom across to the next session. Thank you very much. We'll see you again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thanks a
Bye-bye.
lot.
Ciao.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
Felipe.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
Lamia.
Francisco. Bye, Anna. We'll talk soon.
Bye-bye. Yeah, so bye.
Yes. Bye. Bye, Mark.
Bye. Join the next session.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.